Tara Durbin from my hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, from Farm Credit, and the other witnesses for being here. I've been on this committee my entire time in the Senate. It's important to Kentucky. We have 70,000 farms, most of them small. Small farms in particular make up the backbone of the agriculture in my state and many others. As my colleagues on the committee know well, farmers face a whole lot of uncertainty in today's economy, unstable markets, volatile prices, record drops in farm income have made this job, which is already difficult, even harder. Kentucky farmers and farmers across the country are grappling with a steady decline in farmland itself. It's more important than ever that we ensure our farmland remains farmland while providing opportunity for new farmers to get involved in the agricultural economy. So I was pleased to work with the Kentucky Farm Bureau on legislation that would offer retiring farmers a viable path to transition their farmland to the next generation of farmers. Protecting American Farmlands Act would reduce the tax burden on selling farmland and encourage landholders to keep their farmland in the hands of active young farmers. So Tara, what financial tools would help address the problem of land and capital access that American farmers face?
Thank you, Senator, for your question. As you mentioned, that is a very complex issue. And as you mentioned, a lot of communities in Kentucky specifically are kind of wrestling with trying to solve for that. And so that is something that at Farm Credit Mid-America we have witnessed across our service territory. And I personally want to share, I've witnessed that myself and my husband. About 20 miles from our home farm, a microchip plant has come in, and so that has driven up the cost of land. So your question and that complex issue hits very close to home to me as well. And, I think really I would challenge you to consider looking for ways that we can incentivize farmland to stay in agriculture production. And so you mentioned our young beginning farmers. That incentive would really help our young beginning farmers as far as getting into agriculture. The barriers to entry into agriculture, as Cedric mentioned, are huge when we think about land. And so looking for ways to incentivize keeping agriculture in production is definitely a way that we could work together to solve that complex issue.
So I guess I assume Congress must have some role in all of this. Does it require changing the law to try to get the outcome that we prefer?
That would be a question that I guess we would have to work on. As I said, that's a complex issue, and that would take a lot of work from you all pulling together and working with industry partners as well. As you said, you would work with Kentucky Farm Bureau and some others to help resolve that issue.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator McConnell.